right, everyone. It's another episode of the Sports Clash. I'm Rich Arleo, Chris Carey. Chris, sure you're having a fantastic night. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. It's absolutely this is my childhood playing out in front of my eyes, just completely
Sunday
flipped
night
around, just every
baseball.
every dream. It's been 5 years since the Orioles been on Sunday Night Baseball, so we
That's
usually get
shocking. That's shocking.
well, you know,
I guess I
w-
get it.
yeah, we gave up a lot to be able to retool the farm system and everything, but if even before that it was Sunday Night Baseball, we probably would be getting destroyed by the Yankees, but we scored a touchdown in the first inning, so I was super happy.
Yeah, Luis Severino, he's awesome. But yeah, it's the Yankees, Orioles, whatever. That doesn't matter. Let's talk about what really matters. The New York Red Bulls just came out and they they had a huge win in the League's Cup, 3-1. Big penalty saved in the 90th minute, and then they scored two goals in extra time. Come on, let's spend the whole podcast talking about my Red Bulls.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how I feel about this. That was a complete change of subject right there. But you know what? Let's go New York. Woo!
What else would we talk about? We talk about baseball.
Never.
Uh,
What's that?
no,
I don't
I'm
know.
not. I'm not talking about baseball, right? But
Especially not New York baseball right now.
no, New York baseball is kind of a disaster. The Mets, you kind of expect it. The Yankees, they're still, they're still in it. They're 3 games out of wild card, but after this presumed loss, which is happening. But all right, fuck it, let's go. I'll say this. They win Saturday. The offense looks great. Aaron Judge, 3 hits, and you're like, all right, rubber match, Sunday night baseball. The Yankees are finally gonna kick it into gear. But you know what I said? I said on Saturday night, I was like, if they don't play Judge, I can't take this team seriously. Because there's plenty of time left, plenty of season left. Well, we got a good team. Sit him, rest him. And what did they do? They rested him. And how did the team respond to their best player sitting on Sunday Night Baseball against the AL East division leader? Their starting pitcher went out and, they had 1, 2, 3, top of the first. And then Severino came out and took a big fat dump and
It's a lack of
7 runs.
belief, it sounds like,
Yeah.
organizationally, and
And
that's not cool. I mean, I understand how much you paid for this guy and the desire to keep him healthy and whatnot. I will give you the reverse Yankees narrative. This is so Yankees to be 8 games out, soon to be 9 games out, and be freaking the hell out. This is like the most Yankees thing ever. But you're right. You don't sit Aaron Judge on Sunday Night Baseball in front of a national stage. It just sends the wrong message, and I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. And then you just get completely destroyed in the first inning. How many people turn this game off? You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
I a lot of people. No, those fans turned it off. Most Yankee fans probably did. But you know what?
Absolutely not.
It's just you send the message to the team right out of the gate. Okay, our best player, he's going to rest tonight. This game doesn't matter. So let's play like shit. And that's what they did. And they're going to lose 9-3, potentially more than 9-3. Um, there was a sliver of hope at 7-2, and you had a couple men on, but they did what they do all year.
You know it was creeping in the back of
And
my head. I was like, how many times have I seen something like this?
I know, and you could feel it in Camden Yards too, because when they got out of that inning and then they scored to get to 9, like they were going nuts. Like it was still like, all right, we got this. So it was, but that's just this Yankees team isn't the Yankees. They're just not, and they still have plenty of talent. And with Rodon healthy, and he looked good against the Mets recently, like they could still make a push, but as the days are going by, trade deadline is on Tuesday, and all these pieces that could maybe be a potential fit for the Yankees, or even even for your O's, they're just all the dominoes are falling slowly. There's a
Yeah,
lot of names get moving.
yeah, 2 things I noticed on this broadcast, speaking of that, is I think we were both feeling it as your boy Cody Bellinger was taken off the table. They
That was a
said,
big
"No Ohtani."
yeah.
The guy that I wanted was Scherzer, goes to Texas, and Texas is they're all in. The Angels are like, we're there. We're kind of there, but yeah, there's less and less guys that are available that are difference makers. And you know what? We were texting before, and every game in this division does matter. So the longer you wait to make a deal, the more games pass, things like that. Two of the positive things I saw in this broadcast, though, for you is Garrett Cole and Rodon having conversations in the bullpen, working together. Who knows? If Rodon gets it right and Garrett Cole stays the way that he is, you don't even need to hit. You don't even need to hit. So there's
Well,
that. But also, they show Mike Elias and Sig Mejia or whoever the other guy is in the Orioles front office on the phones. That's it. They're just on the phones. And I didn't want to say it before, but if we end up with Verlander, I would not be surprised because those are the guys that brought in Verlander, and they said it themselves. The bats have done the work. Now it's on the front office to make the difference. Not an exact quote, but pretty much what they said is they need to catch up with what the on-field product is and show them that the organization is behind them, which is the opposite of what the Yankees did tonight.
That's 100%. I don't like agreeing with you, but you're 100% right.
I argued both sides.
And
I lured you there.
well, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, as I watch Adley Rutschman at the plate with
He's
two
beautiful.
two hits, we're down.
So is his sister.
We're down. Facts. We're down 6 runs, and Albert Abreu, who, if I could point to one guy who I just don't understand is still a Yankee, it's Albert Abreu as he gives up his second hit of the inning. And they love this guy for some reason. They DFA'd him. He goes to the Royals, gets cut by the Royals, went to another team, and then they brought him back. And since he's been back, they keep putting him in spots, and he's bad. He's bad, and then it's
This is
like
a no pressure situation situation
it's
too.
not it is, and there's been pressure situations where he's been in where he shit the bed, and this is a no pressure situation, and he's pitching, and he's doing what he does, and they keep it like, oh, it's a valuable arm, we like the talent, we like the arm. Cashman is so stubborn now, as if he's accomplished anything in the last 12 years. I mean, it's been 2009. They put together a team. Those late '90s teams. You could even take that credit away from him. What he did for
It's like a
that team.
dream
I
at this
mean,
point too. It's like a dream. It's
yeah,
2023. Baseball's different.
I'm 35 years old. I'm
Damn, dude,
35 years old. They won
sucks.
the 996. You know, really my second year watching baseball. I was 7, 8. And that whole dynasty was, and great. I mean, I'm so lucky that happened. It's very just
Yes, you
amazing,
are.
amazing memories. I know you know more than most, but to watch for for being the Yankees in the market like this, and to watch what the Tampa Bay Rays do every single year is compete with spending nothing. It's disgusting what the Yankees are doing. And look, you could look at it from the perspective of, oh, spoiled Yankee fans. You were just in the ALCS last year,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. You know, Chris Gary, I'm Chris Gary, blah blah blah. But
Whoa,
you know,
whoa, that got
that's
personal. Uh oh.
exactly. Well, that's exactly. Well, I mean, that's exactly what you're thinking right now as I
It
go
is.
on this. Yeah,
You got me.
but it's why shouldn't you be right there and have a World Series caliber team? And that's what Cashman said. We're a championship caliber operation. And the Yankee fans going into this year, we knew we needed another left fielder, and we needed a left fielder, and we needed probably another infield bat, and because we knew going in that Josh Donaldson was not the guy. We didn't expect Rizzo to do what he's doing, and it's been a disaster since I gave him my good about 2 months ago.
I know that was a kiss of death.
Man,
Wow,
and
dude.
then
I
it's
could
been
tell.
bad, yeah,
Yeah.
and then I mean Stanton, he'll run into him still, but he's not the MVP talent that he was.
I like
I
Cashman, okay, and this is my thing, is the expectations are
Why
ridiculous.
do you like Cashman?
And he's come close or met the expectations for a majority of his time in the front office with the Yankees. I
He
like
gets to the
Cashman
playoffs.
because he's been a punching bag for the Yankees fans, and I kind of think it's funny because I would love to have that guy running my team. Maybe not anymore. So you guys might be right
I
finally.
haven't
The
gotten
guy's
on
been a
him.
punching bag for a long time.
I haven't gotten on him until probably last year when I started to be like, okay, wait, why are we doing things this way? And then it's clearly like, okay, Aaron Boone clearly isn't the guy to manage this team. What are we doing here? Wake up, start making moves. And they didn't. They didn't. And then going in this offseason, they did what they had to do. That was bring Aaron Judge back, bring the captain back, heart and soul of the team. And
Maybe that's the
yes,
problem.
you brought
Maybe
Rodon
that's the
in.
problem is the court of public opinion dictated their decision there. How much money would they have to go after Otani right now if they didn't have Aaron
No,
Judge, who's
no, no,
31
no,
years old?
no. But you needed no, you
Exactly.
needed
I know. Exactly. I knew that's what
and
you were
you
going to
see
say.
him. I mean,
It is
draw
third
yeah,
party perspective, bro. I'd rather have 350 million to spend next offseason than on just Aaron Judge, who the back half of that contract, who knows?
but
Who
that I mean,
knows?
he's right now. And that's what pisses me off because right now he's fine. He's the second best player in
Wouldn't you
baseball.
love Otani behind Garrett Cole and Rodon, and then also Otani's bat to compensate for Judge, who's
Not without,
outpacing Aaron Judge right
but
now
if Judge
and
isn't
younger?
there, you put Otani. You replace Otani with Judge. You have the same team.
You get
You have
Judge
a
and you get a
slightly
pitcher.
better
No,
team.
you get Judge and you get a fucking
Okay,
ace.
but that's not the problem with this team. The problem with this team is you don't have an outfield. You don't have a third outfielder,
I thought
and
Harrison
you
Bader was great.
no Harrison Bader is a fucking fine quality center fielder who they probably won't resign because he gets
I'm
hurt all
loving
the
this.
time and he doesn't. He is what he is. Stanton, Judge, and Wright, fine. Flip flop them DH, whatever. Left field. You tried last year. You tried to get Andrew Benintendi. He came in, he played 2 weeks and got hurt, and he was done. And what's he doing in Chicago? He's hitting 300 with about one home run all year. The
One and
guy
a
would
half,
not,
maybe.
that would have been
Yeah.
the guy. And
Yep.
now you watch right now in the trade deadline. Let's run through the trade deadline here. The Cubs have won like 9 in a row.
This sounds like a
They've
subject
they've
change.
they've taken. Yeah, I need to move on. They've
Okay,
taken
totally
they've
fine.
taken
Worried
Cody.
about your health.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna checking my pulse right now. But they've come out now. They were on this huge winning streak against shitty teams, whatever. But they're on this huge winning streak, and Cody Bellinger not going anywhere. Marcus Stroman probably not going anywhere. Maybe they flip. I don't know, but
Because the
probably
Cubs are
not
a
going
season
anywhere.
away.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I mean, playing such weak competition there, I don't know. But hey, Cody Bellinger for what I mean, he's the perfect fit in left. Yankees could have signed him this offseason, by the way.
Yes,
That's
they
another
could have.
shot at Cashman.
They signed Judge though.
But Cody Bellinger was signed for what? And what was his contract?
If you weren't so focused on competing with the Giants and operating in the court of public opinion that you need Aaron Judge, that you have to have a 31-year-old
He had howdy
aging
here.
guy who
Oh, the aging guy.
clearly
He didn't
peaked.
peak. He
Oh,
got hurt. He hurt his
so
toe
you're
because Los
better at
Angeles has
35
concrete.
than you were at 30.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But he right now he's in his prime.
You paid for what you had, not what you're
But
about
that
to get
doesn't
with
matter.
him.
You still could have signed Cody Bellinger to a 1 year, $17.5 million contract. That had nothing to do with the Judge talks. That had nothing. Josh Donaldson,
I'm just
you
saying you would have
paid how
focused your
much?
money and diversified your portfolio without putting all your eggs on an aging superstar
All the eggs
who put
weren't
a
on him.
and nothing
You
against Aaron
brought him
Judge.
back, and
I'd
you
love
still
Aaron
had money
Judge,
to move.
but I'm not going to sign him to 10 freaking years or whatever the heck it was, 8 years. It's ridiculous. It's
It's not
absolutely
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
No, it's not
That's
ridiculous.
that's that's
He has
walking
to
at that
move
point. You
tonight.
have to walk. You have to let him walk at that point.
No,
If
you
you're going to
don't.
run a business, you can't put all your eggs in
Well,
one
that's the
basket.
problem. If they're looking at it as a business,
I
that's
feel
where they're
bad for
messing up.
Aaron Judge because specifically he came back here to say, "Hey, are we buyers or sellers right now?" And all the pressure is on one dude. And yeah, he electrified the dugout and they looked great when he came back. But at the end of the day, all your eggs are in one basket. That's it. That's it.
But that's the thing is they don't need to be. They still have money. They have
They
money.
didn't
They
have to be.
threw money at Josh Donaldson for no reason
Yes, and
whatsoever.
what do you have? An aging superstar. What do you have in Rizzo? An aging
But
superstar.
he's
What will you
gone.
have in Judge? An aging superstar. And what will he be? A
But you
payroll
still have money.
liability down the line.
Look at the Mets. Look at the Mets and big Uncle Stevie
Oh, dude,
Cohen
let's talk about the Mets
who
because I
comes
love the
in.
Mets. This is the
But
biggest
that's
case
the
study
thing.
in baseball of being a bunch of bozos for
Yeah,
sure.
it was
Yep.
it was a poorly built roster. You spent money, you brought in veterans, you're like, let's win it all. And
How
then
many
all of a
times did you
sudden,
hear about Uncle Steve's money, by
yeah,
the way?
yeah,
Cracks me
yeah,
the hell up.
yeah.
The
But
Mets
but
are a butt shit organization.
they are.
Damn.
But he's got so much money and is gonna keep building onto this team where, okay, Scherzer clearly doesn't want to be here anymore. You know, we traded Robertson, who again is 39 years old. You know, he's done. Trade the
Yeah.
closer. You realize, okay, this isn't going to work, but we still have a core here. If Scherzer doesn't want to be here, get the money out. Bring in, get a, you know, you get Acuna's brother, and
That's
and
so Mets to be the
you
little
know,
brother.
yeah, and yeah, exactly. And
Dude,
you're still paying shares or whatever, but it doesn't matter because Cohen has all the money in the world that he's still going to invest in the team,
Uncle
and he
Steve's
can
money.
still build. Yeah,
Oh,
but it's
oh,
as shitty as the Mets have been and are looking right now. It's you have the money. You're in the big market. You don't
are
have
they
to
though?
rebuild.
See, now this is going to be my argument with the Mets. And this is where Mets need to like temper their expectations here. You could spend all you want, but who is pumped to go to the ballpark in Flushing, Queens? It's literally a toilet. It's called Flushing, Queens. You're next to Jose's Chop Shop. You're coming off the worst traffic in the fucking world. Are you pumped as a ball player to go to work for the B team in New York in this shit place? Like you can't have the best massage chair in the world. They can't give me a cucumber water when I walk through the door every day, and I'm pumped to show up at Citi Field. Like Yankee Stadium, you've earned the history. The Bronx sucks, but at the end of the day, it's a neighborhood and it's excited about baseball every single day. Dude, this is my theory. Oakland, you suck because of the same reason. Like, are you pumped to go to work for the Mets? Absolutely not. You're a joke. Like you're not a joke, but seriously, like move to like down by JFK so you can at least get the ocean instead of the Long Island Sound and Rikers Island. Like at the end of the day, like I don't get the Mets and I don't buy them as ever being in a 1A organization. I just think it's like the New Jersey Nets. They had to move to Brooklyn to get like hip. Like at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
they're
the
pretty
Mets are
cool.
not cool and nobody really wants to pay for it. They go there for the paycheck. They don't go there for the pride in the Mets and nobody shows up for that. So they were a gun for hire team and it failed. It
Yeah,
absolutely failed. So whatever.
yeah.
And also Pete Alonso's an asshole. And I digress.
Yeah, he's a big fat loser. That's a common discussion point.
But that's
So
my theory. That's my
yeah,
theory. You're
yeah,
nobody wants to pay for play for
yeah,
1B. It's the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
yeah,
It's San Diego to LA.
yeah.
Like it's,
And
you know,
I agree, and I love it. But the Yankees have the history and the organization, and they know what they're doing, and they why there's no reason to not be competitive. I
if the
mean,
Yankees do what the Mets
wake up.
did this year, like they have done in the past, the Yankees win.
Yeah,
The Mets don't.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
plain and simple,
We
black and
agree.
white.
Yeah, we agree there.
Yep.
We agree there.
But all those
Rangers,
eggs
by the
are in
way.
one basket.
Yeah, fine, whatever. That's a
Let's
good
just
basket.
love on
I'll put
Judge.
all my eggs in Aaron Judge's basket every day
Oh
of the
my
week.
God. Yeah, you would cup
Every
them.
day of the
You
week.
would cup them all
I
day.
would cup the eggs, the
Hmm.
balls, everything.
Yep. When
Not a
he's
problem.
41 and as a walker,
Yeah,
still
yeah,
getting paid by the Yankees.
yeah. Fine, good.
Should
I
have let
love
him
him.
go to the Giants.
No,
And he still had that miracle season to go down in history, and he'd probably go to the Hall as a Yankee.
get the fuck out. Rangers, they get Scherzer,
Yo, go
and
Rangers.
they get Jordan Montgomery, who I'm sorry,
That's
but Jordan Montgomery ain't doing shit for you.
I know, but
I
that's
know
the
it from
dude that I
experience.
wanted. He was the bargain guy. We wouldn't have to give up any
He was the
prospects. I was
bargain
like,
guy.
really?
Yeah.
And that's why I think they're on the phones in the front office
No,
here.
but they lost the Evaldi. He's got a forearm strain. He's on the IL.
Yeah,
DeGrom,
traded him in
obviously.
Dynasty. Let's go.
Yeah, DeGrom. Nice word. DeGrom obviously is done. So you swapped DeGrom and Evaldi for Scherzer and Montgomery. You still have Andrew Heaney starting games. They have an
Four and a half
offense though.
ERA,
They have an
guaranteed.
offense. They have an offense that can hit, and they
Hmm.
can hit good pitching. They can hit anything, and that's where they'll be right there. them and the Astros, it'll be a tight race, but I think both of those teams are in the playoffs. And good on the Rangers. I mean, they'll make a run. White Sox have completely
Well,
given up.
With the Rangers, they have to do what they're doing. I mean, they're the same as the AL East. Like they're separated by like 7 games or something like that. Like they've got the Astros, they've got Seattle, they've got oh fuck, the Angels are buyers now. Yeah, they've got those guys breathing down, and they have to do this. And I think that the Rangers are making some serious moves. And I'm like, I'm kind of into the Rangers, even though they're in the AL and we'd have to go through them.
I'm all about the Rangers because if they can stop the Astros, they're down.
True.
Because we haven't done it and we can't do it, and we're not doing it this year.
Hmm.
So please, I love Adolis Garcia as a dude. Um,
Dude,
you know,
squared
and
off biceps.
Simeon Seager, they got into it with the Astros too, and that was fun. The whole Simeon
Nice.
thing hit
Astros are jerks.
yeah, yeah. I love it. So I'm hey, if I gotta be, I'm all in on the Rangers. I hope they do it. Hope Scherzer becomes a beast for them and they make a run. Um, Speaking of the Angels, they got Lucas Giolito from the White Sox, who also traded Kendall Graveman to the Astros.
Final.
And yeah, final, great. Yeah, it's been final for 3 hours.
Put us on Sunday Night
Congrats,
Baseball there, ESPN. Stop
right?
overlooking us,
This was a
MLB.
this was a punt game, dude.
Hate you,
I
Manfred.
mean, when
Get out of
we
here with your
bench
punt.
Judge, we
Absolutely
bench
not with your punt
It was
games.
a punt game.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we
You
bench
don't have
Judge.
that luxury this year.
Well, I mean, we
Oh
clearly
man,
do.
you'd
We
be much
sat our
closer
best
if you didn't
player.
pump.
Did you
Oh,
sit
just
your
stop
best
punting
player?
games.
This was
Oh,
more important to you guys than it was to us. We punted.
yes, and every game in this division is important. That's what I let off with, man.
Punt
That's
game
what I
for the
let off with.
Yanks.
And
Just another
yes,
punt
it's
game.
stupid important to me because fork the Yankees. They I hated them. I've hated them.
As if we haven't sworn on this
The Evil
podcast before.
Empire.
Yeah.
They literally even have the Death Star like when it's like 2 outs in the stadium.
This
They're
game was
evil.
beneath the Yankees. This game meant nothing to the Yankees.
Oh,
We
really? I
sat our
thought they
best
loved
player.
playing in Camden
No, we
Yards.
sat our best
I
player.
can't believe they started. Oh, they started their best player.
We
Oh, you
benched our
sat your
best
best player,
player,
but you started
and
your
we
next best
started
player,
our we no
Harrison
we
Bader.
no
Yeah.
we started our worst starter, Luis Severino. It was a
Oh,
punt game. It was
gotcha. It was a punt
from the
game.
tee, from follow the script,
Sunday night baseball
easy
punt
punt
game
game.
sends the right message there, Yankees.
Yeah,
What a well-run
yeah,
organization.
yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm with
Bring
you.
it back.
Yeah, punt game. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. You get 2 months
Oh
of
my god.
baseball.
Oh my
I'm not
god.
worried. Why would I be worried? I
Oh my
mean,
god. I was saying that dude, I think the All-Star wild card comes through the AL East like all year. Bro, the Yankees don't stand a chance if they're going to be a wild card team here with how the West is looking now, with how the West is tooling up, with the Angels in it
yeah,
now. The Yankees have no shot. I'm sorry. Sell. What are you doing? This was a mercy killing in the first inning. You should have just went home. Take your bats and go home.
punt game. Plenty of time.
Punt game. Punt game. Love it.
Yeah,
Sunday Night Baseball is a punt game.
yeah. It always is. We always lose Sunday night baseball, so it's just a punt game.
You always lose Sunday night. Didn't you just beat the Mets on Sunday Night Baseball?
It's the Mets. I mean,
Yeah, I know,
you
but
don't
you
have to
don't
really
always
try.
lose Sunday Night
You don't have to
Baseball.
really try.
Why are you punting? Because otherwise you have no other excuse.
Yeah. Like you said, the West is stocking up. The Rangers are in. The Astros. The
I can't believe
Angels.
Chicago's selling like they did. And here we go with Giolito. What do
They
you
got
think of that?
they got Giolito, who I thought maybe the O's would go in
I
and
remember
grab
that.
him. That was my prediction. You had him going to the Rangers. You had the right division, but he's going to the Angels.
Who thought they
A
were
nice.
buyers?
Well, they got on a little bit of streak. Yankees helped them by getting their asses kicked by the Angels, and they felt good about
Did they
themselves.
punt all those games too?
They just lost 2 out of 3 to the Blue Jays after they
Oh,
proclaimed that
those were
Otani's
a couple
staying,
punt
and then
games
they
too,
lost.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, Otani was playing, so
Mhm.
not clearly not. But Otani, he's staying put. You got Giolito in the fold. Not only that, but this broke in the last like hour. They just traded for Randall Grichuk and CJ Crone
I
from the
know.
Rockies.
I know.
So they're stocking up on offense. Those are 2 legit bats. I mean, I'll take Randall Grichuk over Jake Bowers. Uh,
Yes.
I'll take
What?
I mean, I
That's an
hate to
easy
say
call.
it. I hate to say it. I'll take CJ Cron over Anthony Rizzo right now. I mean, it's additions to the
Well,
team.
CJ Crone goes back to where he was indicted in the drug investigation for the death of Tyler Skaggs. So
Yikes!
don't know
Yeah,
if I
forgot
love
about
that,
that one.
but at the end of the day, isn't I think Lucas Giolito is the most Angels signing ever. That dude came up to the majors and was like the worst pitcher in baseball for like a year and a half, then became elite. Then you didn't know who the heck he was, and now he's going to go to the Angels. He's just going to be average. He's just going to be Andrew Heaney, I
He's
think.
yeah, and that's exactly what he did in his first start. I mean, it was like 5 1/3,
They should have got
2 1/3.
Cease.
It's like yeah, yeah. But
Like,
but that's the thing. The White Sox are so they traded Lynn, who I mean,
I
the
can't believe
fact
they
they
got
got
spare parts for
the
him,
guy, the
dude.
fact they got anything for him was Kendall Graveman to the Astros is what it is. Giolito, you knew he was kind of moved, but if they keep Cease and they keep Robert, you still have kind of a core to build off of.
Right,
So
and
they'll
they
be
will. Dude, they're
they
only 11 games out or 12 at the end of the day here today, but um they're not that far out. Like I'm saying the Yankees like, probably not going to sell cuz they're still kind of in it. You're saying the Angels still kind of in it. Like you're only 11 games out and the Central sucks. Dude, it's like an under 500 league. I'm surprised that they sold like this. I really am. I thought you know, young
I mean,
manager coming up in the organization trying to prove himself, like would be really gung ho against the front office trying to do something like this. But
uh,
maybe they just don't see like a future or they're changing directions or something like that. Like I was really surprised. Like Giolito's not 30 yet, I don't think. And Robert is something to build off of. You have a decent outfield. You signed Benintendi, who's young. Um, you have Berger who's producing, and you have Vaughn who's producing. You have a decent team. Like they're just not like
yeah, it's
gelling.
weird. It's
You
weird.
know,
And Tim Anderson first half was awful.
you know,
He's
Tim
been
Anderson's a great
he's
player
been
too.
he's been playing well. I mean,
Moncada
he had a
was a number
very
one prospect. Like,
yeah. It's weird. I mean, they've been a darling in predictions for a couple years now, and just
and they're just
hasn't.
cutting bait. Like
No,
maybe they see what we see in Giolito is, I know that he's been elite, but I know that he's also been a bad and even a shitty.
yes,
And I want a guy who's been consistent, if I'm making a deal like this for my first and second prospect, I think it was, I want a Cole or a Scherzer or a,
mm,
a guy that's
mm,
like consistently elite. Maybe not Scherzer now, but you know what I'm saying.
that's still. I mean, they'll help the Rangers. It is a good move, and the West is going to be tough. And I don't know what the Yankees can even do now. I'm just looking at the board. Juan Soto, the Padres aren't trading
I'm
Soto.
telling you,
Cubs
that
and
is the
so
deal you have to make.
yeah, I
That's
know.
the deal.
But they're
You
are
get
they
him the
the
rest of
Padres
this
gonna trade
year,
him?
make a run. You get him all next year. If you don't resign him, who cares? You had Juan Soto, and he's got an opportunity to prove himself in the Bronx and be a Yankee. And if he gets there, apparently you guys got Uncle Steve's money too, or whomever, Uncle Hal or Hank or whoever the one that's still alive is. You can still sign that guy.
Well,
You know,
the Padres just swept the Rangers 3
Yeah, I
games.
know. Yeah,
So
if I was
what
Padres ownership, I'd be like, "No, no,
I don't even know what
stop."
to do. I don't even know
Yeah,
what I don't who's even selling. The 3rd wild card has fucked up the trade deadline because now everybody feels like
hot take.
a
I
lot of
like that.
bad teams are just as exciting as it is and you get more teams into it, it's fucked up the trade deadline because now there's teams that aren't really good enough. They're like, we can make the playoffs and get in, and who knows?
You know what I love though? It's just big clunky teams just making more big clunky teams that they can't sign everybody eventually, and it's just
Mhm.
I love it. Like I love that the Orioles are a sustainable winner. I hope, fingers crossed,
Good
gonna
go.
just say that. I hope that they are, and I hope they don't. They still got number one farm system, even though they called up everybody. But it's I don't know. I just feel like it's just these big. It's like boomers running the government. They're just all right, and then they're just trading giant bats and whatnot. Soto would be a difference maker because of how young he is and how much of
Yeah.
a historical trajectory he was on when he started. But pitch clock changes everything. Now it's teams with athleticism, it's teams with speed, it's teams with fast twitch, it's teams with gelling in the clubhouse, and momentum and things like that. Energy is like coming out on the ball field. So it's not just about getting the biggest, fattest bats to go up there and crank them. It's
Mhm.
about like starting rallies, stealing bases, coaching, managing, bullpens. I like
Those are
I
all the
hated
aspects of baseball.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But that's why you can't just buy a championship right now, Mets. Like, you just can't do it. You
Yeah.
need you. You're not going to get a Justin Verlander and a Max Scherzer who even talk to each other in the clubhouse. I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the teams that are winning are the teams that are partying in the dugout and having a lot of fun, like the
Look at the
Diamondbacks and the
Reds.
Orioles and
Yeah,
the
the Reds.
Reds
Yeah.
and the Rays.
Yeah. Those young teams. Even the Marlins are making a run. I mean, it's the young teams, the young guys who kind of came up in the organization together. They're all of a sudden they're up at the majors and they're having fun.
They got too many
Um,
pitchers, though. They got to get rid of some arms to get some bats.
who?
The Marlins
Yeah, they need some bats. They should make a move with the Reds because the Reds have an overflow of
of bats.
bats and no pitching. So
Yeah, but who are they going to get rid of? India. Yeah, who are the Mets going to get rid of?
I think they've said that they would move India because I
Yeah,
think
but
they
you got
like
Jazz Chisholm in Miami. So,
he
but
doesn't
Alcantara
play.
is at an all-time high.
They
Like,
moved him
just
in
trade
the
him for somebody.
you
Trade
have
him for some
you have a
bats.
Rise. I mean, Arise is playing
Oh, right.
second base. You move Chisholm to the outfield. Um, I don't really even know
Not
what
an
you do with
outfielder.
India.
You got to have a bat in
Well,
the
he
outfield.
doesn't play. The guy doesn't play. I got him on one of my fantasy teams. I mean,
Right.
he got turf toe or
Well, he's
whatever.
playing MLB 2K with Derek
Yeah,
Jeter all the time. I see on
yeah, great,
commercials.
great,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. So I mean, trade deadlines in it's on Tuesday. Next time we talk, it'll be past, and we can recap and we can look at how awful our predictions were. But there's been a couple
Would you be
dominoes that
upset
fell.
if the Yankees don't do anything?
Yeah,
Okay. I would
yeah,
be very content if the Orioles didn't do anything.
really?
Means is
What do
coming
you think?
back. Pitching's been decent. Batting's been decent. I would love another bullpen arm and I would love another starter, but we have too many outfielders. We have too many infielders right now, and it's a great problem to have. If
You
they
think?
didn't do anything, I'd be very happy.
You think, as currently constructed, the Orioles could make a run, win it all?
I No, but I think we'll be a sustainable winner for 10 years,
Well, sure,
and I'm okay
but
with that. I just spent 5 years of losing, dude.
well, yeah, I mean, 5 and 10. We talk baseball. Obviously, we talked our Red Bulls. Now, NFL training camp well underway. Couple of tidbits came out. I mean, I
Oh,
think the
just a
biggest
tidbit?
tidbit. I mean, I don't know what you're thinking, but I think the biggest news was the Joe Burrow injury.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, my fantasy quarterback last year, my quarterback of choice outside of Mr. Cousins, who benefited from Justin Jefferson or whatever. I draft quarterbacks based on the receiving core. Yeah. How long is he out for? Do we know?
Non-contact calf injury, several weeks. They don't have a timetable on it, but they said
Oh,
several
he'll be back.
weeks.
Never mind. Joe Burrow doesn't need to be in training camp. Joe Burrow is just a talent.
Yeah, he'll be back. If he misses week 1, week 2, he'll be fine. It's not a season ender. It's not anything crazy. It was a rough non-contact injury. He rolled out and then all of a sudden started limping. So they were concerned, but it wasn't a knee. It wasn't anything like that. So I think he'll be okay. The other big news: Sean Payton.
What a
Um,
guy, right?
what the fuck, dude?
He's just up on his mountain, literally, just yelling down at people.
What's your problem?
I don't know.
I don't get it. I
I
mean,
I think
look,
he's just trying to fire up his players, but not the right way.
objectively, Nathaniel Hackett, that was one of the worst coaching jobs in NFL
He
history.
is spewing facts. They are facts.
But since when do
He
NFL
went hard.
coaches, especially somebody who's accomplished so much like Sean Payton, just go in on another respected coach and just be like, wow, that was terrible?
This is Deion Sanders yelling at the Oklahoma coach, I think Venables or whatever. But like your you're not. I don't know. No, it's not. It's nothing like that. I'm like, what, dude? I heard this and I was like,
You had something
Sean
there.
Payton's got to be back on his pills or something. Like, I
I
don't
I
know,
mean I mean
or just really missing Drew Brees.
or maybe he's become Kevin James. I don't know what happened there, but
Possible.
I'm sure he thinks he's a comedian. But I mean, look, like I said, I get it, but and he's gassing up his team, his roster. He's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, look, this wasn't your fault. What happened last year
that's
was the
what it was
coaching."
supposed to be, but
But
that's not what it was.
you fumbled that big time.
Yeah,
And did you see? So Aaron Rodgers responded. Like came
epic
out.
response as well.
It made me feel bad that someone who has accomplished a lot in the league is that insecure that they have to take another man down to set themselves up for some easy fall if it doesn't go well for that team this
This
year.
dude has done so many drugs that he understands everything about energy in the world and people and life and whatnot. And it was the perfect response.
Aaron Rodgers is all. Aaron
He's all
Rodgers
knowing.
is
Aaron,
everyone.
I'm going to pass away and I'm going to meet Aaron Rodgers. Like, I feel like
I
that's how it's going to work.
He's the guy who greets you at the pearly gates. He's
He
done
just,
so
dude, it was
much.
the best thing he could have said because he said things that were just so just poignant and just smart and whatever. And then he ended up with keep my head coach, but keep my coordinator's name out your mouth, which fired up his own team. He played both sides perfectly through the media. Aaron Rodgers is smarter than everybody in any room that he walks into.
I think it was way out of line, inappropriate, and I think he needs to keep my coach's name out of his mouth. I
Yeah.
love it. And week 5, Jets Broncos, October 8th, the presumably 4-0 Jets going to Denver after coming in hot off a win over the Chiefs. They go and play the Broncos.
Okay. Okay. Let's we're there. We're both there, but you're here. I'm like right here.
I'm so pumped for my Jets, but
Sure.
my
And you
God,
should be.
Bills, Cowboys, Patriots, Chiefs. That's how we start off the year.
Yeah.
I
Probably 0 and
mean,
4.
I know, no, you can't be over. Give me 2-2.
I'll give you 2
Stomp,
and 2.
stomp
I'll
on the
give you 2 and 2.
Broncos. Stomp on the
They're gonna kick
Broncos.
Broncos ass.
You'll see what happens against the Eagles. Then you got to beat the Giants. All right, I'm not going to deep dive into the Jets schedule here, but the bottom line here, I
It's
mean,
better than looking at the Commander's
Aaron
schedule. I don't want to
right,
measure up.
yeah. This Jets, I mean, you can accuse me and us of talking a lot about the Jets, but I mean, they're number one topic of conversation in the NFL this year, and
They're all
they're
about
all.
the pomp and circumstance.
And did you hear? So quarterback, did you hear who they're following this year and who will be the stars of quarterback next year?
Oh, this is gonna be a thing. Okay, who is it?
It's a thing. Daniel Jones,
Love it.
Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers. They are staying in the Northeast. They-
I
my,
like Daniel Jones being on there because he's got a lot to prove.
it
I
does.
like Josh Allen being on there because he's the guy on the cusp.
Mhm.
I don't love Aaron Rodgers being on there.
You're already following them hard knocks. I mean, but
Right.
I think they want to. They got Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I mean, they want to watch Aaron Rodgers lead my Jets to the Super Bowl. So
That's
it makes sense.
I love you, buddy.
I
Oh
have
my
to.
god.
I have no other choice than to be
Right.
all in on this. Well, I got to
Right.
have fun with this. This
That's
doesn't
what they
happen.
are.
This
Have
I
we
mean,
talked since Aaron Rodgers gave up $37 million or whatnot as well?
no, and that's
What a
another
guy.
thing.
Mhm.
Dalvin Cook in the building. I'm ready.
Taking a physical already for the HBO cameras.
Let's
Oh god,
go.
it's so disgusting. The
Let's
pomp and
go. This
circumstance is
is my
right. You know
team.
what? Sean Payton, I'm on your side now. Get out of here. We
Get
just talked me onto
out.
Sean Payton's mountain. I
That's the
love him.
thing.
Give me some
We're
Vikes.
there's so much hate for the Jets right now, and I love it. We haven't accomplished shit, but everybody's like, "Wait a minute, the Jets are supposed to be good. They got Aaron Rodgers." Like, no, they're gonna suck, man. They're last place in the FCA's. Nah, no, we got this.
Let me bring it
We're
back to
coming.
my previous point. Is anybody pumped driving up to MetLife Stadium?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It's a
Okay,
beautiful sight. I mean,
sure.
but that's
A
the thing. I
giant
mean,
American mall and a shitload of marshland where they
but
dump the bodies.
the Giants are the same thing. So
Right.
there's no difference now.
Of course not.
This is
Because they're
it.
the same team that plays in New Jersey and calls themselves New York. But anyway,
It's Jets country, baby.
it is what it
It's
is.
the
I'd rather
season.
see that place lit up green than blue.
Jamie back there, the Giants fan, doing her puzzle, probably rolling her
Ooh.
eyes, rolling her
Ooh.
eyes. Wait, wait, I need this look here.
Oh. Oh no.
Aaron Rodgers at the pearly gates.
Yes. Aaron Rodgers is our maker.
She is over it. She's been
He
like,
has seen the round table in the
engaged.
sky.
If you want, you're very much welcome on the Jets bandwagon this year, and I'll pre-approve you.
Get out of here.
You can hop on.
Get
I
out of
mean,
here.
don't worry about your
I'm on the Eric
Commanders.
Bieniemy revenge tour right now. I'm on the Daniel Snyder get up out of here tour. Like, dude, I
No.
am feeling Sam Howell's frat boy fucking physique
Oh.
leading our squad
Oh.
to an absolute tear. I think Bieniemy takes this nobody who was a somebody in college. He was incredible at UNC. He was incredible, but not he's not a specimen, right? He's
No,
not a specimen. He
I don't
plays
think
with
anybody's
heart, but he's
arguing
got a
that.
little bit more size than Heineke. And like, I think Bieniemy takes this guy and is like, "You're my dog, and you need to prove my career so that I can be a head coach somewhere." And he's like, "You need to prove my career so that I can be a starting quarterback here." And Ron Rivera's like, "Oh shit, I'm not like safe now." And Magic Johnson's like, "Let's change the name." So I'm so into the Commanders right
They got
now.
something going on.
Dude, something is happening, and if it doesn't happen, the place is gonna get torn down. They're gonna rebuild, and we'll have a whole new name, a whole new team, maybe a DC stadium and whatnot. But there's a lot to prove this year, and I'm kind of into it. So,
Love
I
it.
mean, we were in the playoffs pretty recently.
You want to just root for each other's teams? I'll be a Commanders fan in NFC,
Nah, dude, don't
and
buy
you
any of our
can
stuff because we're just
just
gonna
come on.
change the name again.
I know we can never root for.
I do have a
I
Jets
think.
hat
I
though.
mean, the
I have a Jets hat.
Red Bulls. That's our team. We haven't ever had a team. Let's make it work. We're
Let's
Red Bulls
go.
fans. That's it.
Red Bulls.
We're in. We're going
Yeah.
to a game. We're getting jerseys.
It
We're
is.
in.
I like
We're
their
getting kits.
guys.
Sorry, we're getting their kit. We're in.
Their kit.
Yeah,
Yeah. I hope they play a false
their
nine
home
or
kit.
total football.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Some more NFL news, but nothing too crazy. And the Jonathan Taylor stuff, I don't know. I saw another running back with some issues. Ursay is just on drugs. Who knows what's
More to
going
come in
on?
my bad there.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well. Hey, perfect transition. Another week, another rendition of the good, the bad, and the shitty. Let's roll it right on. I mean, I'll start us off, and
Floor is yours.
I'm gonna go into a sport that I know you don't love, UFC.
Oh, hate it.
I know you're not a fan, but Derek
They don't play
Lewis.
with a ball.
No, they don't play with the ball. Derek Lewis. I don't know if you're familiar. Uh, big time. I don't know. I mean, he's got a pretty popular Instagram. He just shares videos of people basically
Yes,
almost
I see everybody on
dying.
Instagram.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean, social media guru over here. Scary. Derek Lewis is a big time heavyweight, he's a knockout artist, big dude, a fun fighter. Like when he's on the card, you get excited to watch this fight because it's gonna go one way or the other.
You're like
He's
D.
lost,
Lou.
yeah, exactly. That's what I say every time. But he lost his last fight or two, and he came into this fight as an underdog. Uh, but I was playing golf with my brother-in-law, who's a big UFC guy, and we were talking, and then I started looking at the lines, and I'm like, "Oh, Derek Lewis is an underdog. We throw some money on that." And sure enough, he comes out, fight starts, flying knee, knockout. It was
Nice.
unbelievable. He hit the flying
How do
knee,
we
and
fill time after
then
this, guys? I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, he hit the flying knee, and then like it wasn't immediately over, and then he just kind of hit him for like another 2 minutes, which I know you love.
I love it. Oh, it's
Yeah,
just
it's your favorite part of
yeah. Bring it
USA.
back to the Romans. We should
But
also throw meat at them too.
but Derek Lewis, he's a fun fighter. He won me money. He's my good. I love it.
Rich
Chris,
want to bet. That's where
I
his good
finally
comes
won.
from.
Well, I bet on the Orioles tonight, so I
Did
won
you take
another
the
bet.
over?
No, I just bet on the Orioles.
Oh,
I just
like
took
we
the
said,
Orioles
we need to
tonight.
have a standing
Yes.
message
No.
of do not bet that over under Chris and
No.
Rich.
No. No more over unders.
Yeah.
I
We're
can't.
very good
I
at calling games, very
yeah.
good at run lines, very good at spreads.
No.
Over unders.
I might be like 0-97 on over and under calls.
Okay,
That's
we
my
both won one. Come on.
1-98, maybe. That's
Okay.
yeah. It's bad. Every time I'm like, oh, clearly this game's going over. Two bad
What was the one that you
starters.
took that you texted me about?
It was Blue Jays Angels on Saturday, and
Right.
it was Reed Detmers against Alec Manoa,
Oh
and
yeah,
it was
should be a blowout.
over
I
nine and
mean,
a half in Toronto. I mean, Toronto's great offense. Angels have been hot. Easy over, right?
yeah. Otani
Yeah,
should have 9 homers anyway.
yeah.
You just
No,
need that half run. What was the
no.
score?
It was like 6-1, and that was only like
Okay, that's not that bad of a
no,
loss.
but it was like 1-0 the whole game. I mean, Manoa had 7,000 guys on, and the Angels just couldn't get the big hit. Detmers didn't really do anything. The Blue Jays scored like 3 runs the last 2 innings and kind of put the game away. It was just I'm done. Yeah, no
Done.
Stanley, no more over unders. Chris, who's your
Well,
good?
yeah. So just go right to the same team there that you were just talking about. You would expect
Ooh,
them to just be great everywhere, but this is kind of a shout out to me in Fantasyland as well with my teams. Jose Barrios is a good after being a shitty. Jose Barrios has ascended into the ranks of a good from like a 5.5 ERA to like a 3.3 ERA, I believe it is. Um, he's absolutely incredible, and he's almost eclipsed his K total for all of last year. And we still got 60 games or 57 games, whatever it is left. Jose Barrios is a good. He was a great in Minnesota, and was an absolute shitty last year. But
I'm gonna need him to be shitty. The Yankees got to catch the Jays, and the Yankees typically hit Jose Barrios, so gonna need that to
but
switch.
even when he's getting hit this year, he's still putting up 10 Ks.
Well, good. That's good for fantasy for sure.
I
Yeah,
know it's awesome.
yeah.
You're welcome. I'm looking down at you. You're like chasing me. I'm like,
Don't worry, I'll catch you.
what's up, second place?
Don't worry,
Yeah,
coming for you.
no,
Just enjoy it
you're
while
not, dude.
it lasts.
Oh, dude, second place
Enjoy
is the
it.
first loser.
No, I
Sorry.
mean, I hope you enjoy your time up there.
I've been enjoying my time. I've been up there for a long time now.
It's been what, a
Right?
week?
I got a nice little cushion. You came close. You're like 4.5 points the other day
Don't
because I
worry.
didn't check my lineup. Now I'm back to 6. So
Well, I had a punt game today, so I'm waiting.
I can't stand you. Oh,
Keep us
all right.
going. Who's your bad?
My bad you alluded to before is Jonathan Taylor. I love Jonathan Taylor. I think he's great. But you know what? With the state of the running back position, know that you're running behind one of the best offensive lines in the past couple of years, and know that you can't stay healthy. Don't go in and demand a trade if your back hurts. I just think that's just a bad way to do it. And demanding a trade with Jim Irsay is like kind of getting some guy who's like a really jealous ex on your bad side. Jim Irsay is not going to be, demands just don't go well with him, it seems. So, Jonathan Taylor, while I think he is probably an incredible fantasy value this year, um,
Probably.
yeah, I just don't understand how this happened. You want to trade, but you probably won't pass a physical anywhere. So with
Weird.
the way running backs are struggling to have their image and get their paycheck and whatnot, it was just to me in poor taste. And I like Jonathan Taylor a lot. I just think he needs better advisement in that situation.
Yep.
Who's your bad?
Great. My bad is the Dodgers organization for acquiring Lance Lynn as if this is some kind of a move. And they got Joe Kelly, so look out.
Oh, dude, look out!
And by the way, I caught Joe Kelly's Dodgers re-debut, and he's hailed as like a hero there. Um, I mean, they won the Mickey Mouse
He
World
did the
Series. Yeah,
there, didn't he?
that I enjoyed. That was my Joe Kelly moment that I actually liked him because it was anti-Astros, so good
I like
stuff
Joe
there. But
Kelly.
Lance Lynn, I mean, 17 earned runs in his last 16 and third innings over 3 starts. The guy has been awful all year. He's been arguably the worst starting pitcher in the league. I mean, Luis Severino, look out, but I I don't know really if the Dodgers are. I mean, the Dodgers are going to make him another move. I don't know, but Lance Lynn, the Yankees tried this a couple of years back with Lance Lynn. Didn't work out. He had a decent season after that, but the guy is just gets hit hard.
I will say I scooped him in my wins league in Yahoo prior to the trade because he had a couple of double-digit strikeout performances, and I think I thought the White Sox were better than they were. But now I'm like, oh, okay, I'll hang on to him, see how this goes for a
They
couple
might get
starts.
some
But
wins.
you're
I
right,
mean,
you're right.
if you don't have
He's been one
ERA
of
in
the
that league,
worst.
sure, why not go for it?
Yeah, you know I like to blow it up, but it's not roto; it's head to head. So as long as he's one start with 12 Ks, he'll be okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't get that move either.
No, I don't know. I can't really shit on other teams right now, but I will take my shot at the Dodgers because
Yeah,
why
why
not?
not?
Speaking of, I'll keep it going. My shitty Aaron Boone, Brian Cashman, and all of the assholes running this once proud organization into the ground. I am sick and tired of this. I can't. I had to get my shitty this week. They were the only option for my shitty this week. If you don't make some kind of an impact move on Tuesday, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here. You got a championship caliber organization, yeah? Do you? No, you don't. If you know what, it might even as I change, this might be good. Just miss the playoffs, blow it up, get Boone out of here, get Cashman out of here, bring in some winners. Bring Mattingly, get Mattingly back from the Blue Jays, put him as a skipper. Give me Jeter. Jeter's ready. Just give him ownership of the team. Let him run the whole thing. We need winners in here. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Shitty. Aaron Boone, Brian Cashman, assholes. Chris, who you got?
Oh, that's incredible. Well, mine was gonna be the Mets, but I kind of went off about City Field and Flushing and the the toilet bowl of New York and even the U.S. But my shitty, I'm gonna change gears and I'm gonna go to um, the NBA as a whole.
Ooh,
Having to send out a memo about players requesting trades and then specifically Damian Lillard saying he won't play or give his best effort for another organization, which James Harden has done and will do, and even LeBron, if he get traded anywhere, has done and will do. Um, I just really don't know that I love the NBA product anymore. And I think that there was a point when the players gained control through the last CBA of a majority of the bargaining power that this kind of prima donna mentality started to happen. For an agent and a player to say, I want to trade, but only to Miami. And he's going to cry and whine if it's not to Miami seems a little juvenile to me. And to
yeah.
have to send a memo, it's like sending like a letter to parents in daycare, like about their kids whining about things. Like, come
But
on,
does
like
this surprise you that the NBA
it
let it get to
doesn't.
this point? They let it
They
fester.
did.
But
It is just a star-studded league.
yeah,
When they gave
stars run the
control to
league.
the
That's it.
players, when they gave a
Mhm.
majority of control to the players, they lost their product. And this is what happens. This is why you got the resting. This is why you got the supermax and the players and all this shit that has happened. It just it cracks me up that Adam Silver has to come out with like a letter to the parents.
Yeah.
Hey,
The parents say,
come on,
keep your
let's get
kids in
this
line.
together.
But I will argue the point of the product is still good. On the court,
Sure.
playoffs were a blast
The
last year.
playoffs are great.
It's a long season. It's a long regular season.
Mhm. It
And if
should
you
be
buy
50 games,
yeah,
no stupid ass tournament in the middle. Have your
that
extended
turn, I'm ready.
22-month playoff,
I'm ready for that tournament.
and yeah. Just
NBA Cup,
ridiculous.
baby. Let's
NBA
go.
Cup. Oh, the
Let's
Knicks will
go.
win the NBA Cup every year. That's why you're pumped.
Let's go. Give me a
Yeah, they'll
cup.
never win a championship,
Hey,
but they'll win the NBA Cup every fucking year.
Tottenham just won a cup, some kind of off-season
Oh, great. Did they
tournament
put it in
in
a little secret
overseas.
Kirk Cousins room and be like, oh,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was a
we'll look
cute
at
little
that
cup.
later?
Yeah, that's exactly what
It
they did.
means nothing because then when somebody wins at the end of the year, that cup means fucking nothing. You were good at
Nothing.
halfway through the season, but you couldn't win the whole thing. You pretty much sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this was I did a lot of yelling this episode, but
Yeah, this was
it's all right.
argumentative.
I it's the Clash, baby. It's the
Yeah.
Clash.
There's a lot of chest beating,
I know. It's
a lot of
gotta, man.
yapping,
It is.
a lot of talking heads, a lot of pontificating,
Yeah. It's what we
prognosticating.
love. It's what we love, and we're
Yeah,
passionate about it, and that's it.
all of
But
it.
on that, Chris, send us home. What do you got?
Woo! Yeah, real quick, something near and dear to my heart is the NCAA. And recently, a couple of bills been introduced to Congress regarding NIL. I don't really care. Players can get paid. I don't care. Totally fine. But what I care about is the Tommy Tupper bill and Joe Manchin bill that came through. That's gonna hopefully have a provision that stops all this transferring. Like you committed to a school, whatever. It is what it is. But the idea that you can't recruit as a coach and essentially a teacher of young adults and prepare for a year ahead because kids will just up and leave because kids do what kids do. I really like that about it. I don't care that the players get paid. There was a part of me a long time ago that was like, well, hey, you get a scholarship. And at the end of the day, when you go to a job interview, you could put on your resume that you were captain of Ohio State or Alabama or whatever. Totally fine. I don't care about that. What I care about is the fact that if we bring or whomever brings in a 5-star recruit, the other guy goes kicking and screaming, I'm going to go somewhere else with absolutely no penalty. So I really do hope that overall, with states passing laws to try to protect their schools and pay their kids more, that there is some sort of federal oversight because the NCAA has been a crap organization for a long, long time and needs some oversight. So I hope that something happens and something comes from these things because I don't like where it's going right now.
Well said, sir.
Go Buckeyes.
Go Buckeyes. All right, bud. Hell of an episode. I love you. Let's send it out. Thanks, everybody. Have a good week.
Hasta luego.